Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just here going to show you how to make sourdough starter, and then at the end of the video we're going to make sourdough pancakes. Today is day one because it's day we're starting, and today I'm just putting in half a cup of all-purpose flour, and I have well water where I am, so I just have regular tap water. If you live in the city, I would use distilled water or a spring water, because you don't want anything chlorinated in here. But like I said, I have tap water where I am, so that's what I am using. And I'm going to pour half a cup of that in. So it's a half a cup of flour, half a cup of water, and then we're just going to stir. And then we're going to keep this in the warmest location in your home. Mine, of course, is the kitchen, so that's where I'm going to leave it. And yeah, so we're going to stir this good, and I will be back. Okay, so I am back, and this is what the dough looks like. It's a little bit thicker than pancake mix, if you can see in there. And we're just going to keep this here, and I'll be back tomorrow morning to show you tomorrow's step. Okay, so today is day 2. And there's a couple things I forgot to mention yesterday. You're going to want to cover this. I just have a coffee filter, and I put a rubber band around it. The other thing I wanted to mention was it's best if you have a wide mouth jar. And you're going to want, I don't remember if I said, you're going to want this to be sterile for that. But here's what mine looks like. There's a couple bubbles in there. And today is day 2, and we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to do a half a cup of flour and a half a cup of water that is room temperature. I use well water. What I have. You just don't want to use city water because of the chlorine content. It will kill your sourdough, and we don't want that to happen. So a half a cup of regular all-purpose flour is going in, and then a half a cup of water that is room temperature. So I got it out earlier, and there we go. And then I'm just going to stir it. And here's kind of like what it looks like today. It's like pancake batter, thick pancake batter. Alright, and I keep it in my kitchen. My kitchen is the warmest place in my home. I keep it by my coffee pot, because coffee pot's usually on in the morning. That's the coldest part of my day, and so it will be warm. I'm just scraping the side here because it doesn't matter. You don't have to do this. This is just I like to see when it rises, and then just get it off your spatula. I'm going to use a spoon. And I'm just going to scrape it off my spatula, and then I will cover it back up with my coffee filter and a rubber band. If you use a lid to cover this, it will it's fermenting, so I wouldn't screw it on. You can just set the lid on, but you're going to want to cover it. Just because. Here's what mine is looking like, and I'm just going to cover that with my size coffee filter. And this is just a rubber band from some kind of vegetable I bought at the store. And there we have it. That's day 2. So day 1, half a cup of flour, half a cup of water. Day 2, half a cup of flour, half a cup of water. And I will be back tomorrow for day 3. Welcome back. Today's day 3, and it's the same thing as the other days. A half a cup of water to a half a cup of flour. I'm just going to take this off, and it's bubbly in there, so that's how you know it's good. It will be bubbling. I'm just going to put this in, half a cup. I'm going to knock the camera down. Half a cup of water, and I'm going to stir that real well. Of course, the water is room temperature, and I just stir until it's all stirred together real good. And mix it up real good. And there we go. So I'm just going to make sure it's all incorporated together. I'm going to try to scrape the sides down some. It's getting kind of tall in there. So the first 3 days is the same exact thing. A half a cup of water, a half a cup of flour, and stir it. We always do it around the same time every day. And yeah, so yeah, as you can see, it's a little thick. It's like thick, kind of thick pancake batter is what it reminds me of. So kind of thick. So there you have it, and I will see you again tomorrow morning. Hello, welcome back to day 4. Today things are going to be just a little bit different, because instead of doing half a cup of each, we are not doing that today. So on day 4, we got a little separation in there. So day 4, we are doing a 1/4 cup of each. Now I know people are thinking there's no discard. It's okay, and tomorrow we're going to feed it, and then we're going to use it. So today's a 1/4 cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of water that is already room temperature. Now some of you may be wondering, like, how does she get water room temperature? I just do it earlier in the day. This isn't what time I wake up, so I just take it out earlier in the day and let it sit, and it will reach room temperature. Now we're going to stir this really good, and so my sourdough isn't going to be like extremely sour, and that's okay for us. I'll go into more of that tomorrow, but yeah, so, and you're just going to give this a good stir and get everything combined really well. There it is. See, I still have clumps in there. So I keep stirring. So tomorrow I will be back. So I'm just going to keep stirring this, and I'm going to scrape it down like I've been, and I'll be back on here tomorrow to discuss, like, if you like your sourdough more sour, what at that point are you going to do after tomorrow? All right, well, thank you for watching again today, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, everybody, today's day 5. It is the big day. Okay, so first we're going to break into our sourdough. Now my sourdough really separated. You can see here's liquid and here's my sourdough. This means my sourdough is hungry. So what I'm going to do means that I need to use it today. We're going to make sourdough pancakes. And I will put the recipe in the description. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stir this. And I already have 1 cup of milk. It's trick or treat where I'm at, and the kids are outside having fun. I already have 1 cup of milk in my measuring cup. I'm just going to put 1 cup of the starter in here with it, so it'll go up to 2 cups. I'm going to stir this, and then I'm going to put this in there. Now if your sourdough isn't hungry like mine, you can do a 1/4 cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of water to this and then use it. You would wait like an hour or 2 and then use it. But I am going to use this is called discard when I am doing. And so I am going to take some of this out, which is the cup, and then I'm going to add my 1/4 cup of flour and my 1/4 cup of water. So I stirred it, and it's all incorporated now, as you can see. And then I'm just going to pour it in, and I'm going to go up to 2 cups, because this is my wet. This is part of the wet ingredients. And there's that. And then that's my discard. So because mine was hungry, I wanted to take some out before feeding it, because I wasn't giving it enough. And where I'm at, it gets pretty warm in here, so that's probably why. So here's a 1/4 cup of flour going in. And a 1/4 cup of water. And then I'm just going to give that a good stir. And I'm going to put it to the side. Of course I will scrape the sides later and put my top on. And that'll be good till tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm probably going to make something else, so I will be discarding more just to be on the safe side, make sure that it's not hungry. Okay, so that's part of the wet ingredients. I'm going to start on the dry ingredients and get these mixed together so that I can put the wet in with the dry. So in here, I already have it measured, is 1.5 cups of flour. I just use regular all-purpose flour. I have 2 teaspoons of sugar. I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And put my spoon to the side for now. I'm going to get my whisk. And I'm going to just whisk them all together real quick. And then in this here, as you already know, this is my milk and my discard from my starter. I have 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And you can use, whether it's melted butter, you can use oil, you can use any fat of your choice. So you could use lard, tallow, whichever one you prefer to use. And then, so I'm going to whisk those together just so that they are together. And I'm going to pour them in. But and then it calls for 2 large eggs. So I'm actually going to put in duck eggs. So I got 2, and I'm going to put them in here first, just because that's just how I do things. So there's the one. There's my 1 egg. And everything looks good with it, so I'll pour that in. And here's my number 2 egg. And I'll put it in my cup. Make sure that one looks beautiful. And so I'm going to pour that one in. I'll scrape my cup. Get all that goodness out of there. And then I'm just going to whisk it together real quick. And while I'm whisking it, I'm going to start my pan over here. Okay, so I'm going to get my pan warm. I sprayed my pan. I do have baking grease that I normally put in the bottom of the pan. But today I decided I was just going to use a little bit of spray. So I'm going to cook it on like medium heat. Wait for the pan to get hot. While it's getting hot, I'm going to whisk my ingredients here. Don't want to overdo it. That looks about good. I'm going to get my whisk. I don't know why I like to scrape the sides of everything I do, but apparently I do. Just make sure everything is off the sides. And then I'm going to just get a spoon. I guess you could use a measuring cup or whatever works great. I'm just going to spoon some of this into my pan. My pan feels hot. Doesn't take long in here. And I'm just going to put that in. And I'm going to let that cook for a minute. Okay, so as you can see, it is starting to bubble. I am just going to wait for the edge to get a little bit dry. And then I'm going to flip it. Okay, it's really starting to bubble now. It's been cooking for about 2 minutes. I'm going to just peek underneath. Oh yeah, it's almost ready to flip. Almost ready. Wait for the edge to get a little bit more dry. And the bubbles are starting to stay. So I'm going to give it a flip. Holding the camera and flipping is not my best thing to do. So we're just going to let the other side cook and I'll be back. Okay, so I got it out of the pan. I have a new one in there going. I'm going to put a little bit of maple syrup on there. Just a little bit. My husband here, he's gonna taste test it. Kind of a piece.
Hello. That actually ain't bad, surprisingly. I thought it was going to have like a funky aftertaste or something. Really don't. Oh, I like it.
It's a keeper?
It's a keeper.
Alright guys, so there you have it. How you do your sourdough and make sourdough pancakes. I'll be making more recipes with my sourdough. So like and subscribe and hit that bell so you know when it happens. Okay, so I got a total of 12 pancakes out of that pancake mix. I am going to put these away for tomorrow. So I'm going to do is I'm just parchment paper in between them and then wrap them by 2 in saran wrap, and then when my kids are ready they can just go ahead and eat them. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and share. That is the best way that you can help me and my family. So thank you for watching and have a great day.